Hello everyone, this is Rakesh Kapilis and I welcome you all in my today's class, and I hope you all are good at your places, and I also hope that you all are getting my videos in time and you are understanding all of them properly. So as you all know that in our previous video we have gone through the different functions of management, and we have gone through the functions relating to planning, organizing, staffing, and directing. So now we are on the last function of the management, that is controlling. What is controlling? It is the last function, but it is not the least function. It is of the most important function. Out of all the functions of management, this is one of the most crucial, vital, and important function, because if any of the manager has planned well, organized well, even make the staffing well, given the direction properly, but until and unless this is not a good controlling, everything will go on in vain. Everything will be just wash out, everything will be zero. So what is controlling? Controlling is a process in which the main work of the manager or the responsible person for the controlling is to ensure whether the actual work done is according to the standard set in the planning. What we have planned, whether we are doing according to that, or is there any discrepancy, or is there any difference in that. Means we have to compare the actual performance with the planned performance, and that process is called controlling. And the main purpose of the controlling is to find out whether there is any difference between actual or planned performance. And when the controller will compare the actual performance with planned performance, there may be two types of discrepancies, two types of deviations. One may be negative, second may be positive. Suppose if we have planned to produce 100 unit per day and the actual performance is 120, then 20 unit will called positive deviations. If the actual performance comes to 80 units, then 20 units will called negative deviations. And the controller mainly focus on removing all these negative deviations, and he focus to carry on all the positive deviation. What we are doing well, we should keep on doing that. What we are not doing well, we should try to improve that. That is controlling. Now come to the features of this controlling. As I am saying, it is a fundamental function of management. Means it is the most important function. Until and unless there will be not a good controlling system, everything planned, organized, staffed, or direct will be zero. So that's why it is most important function. If we will earn and we will not save that, then the earning will become zero. Same thing will apply over there. Second is, it is pervasive, universal. Controlling apply everywhere. We have to control all the activity, whatever that is relating to top level management, middle level management, or low level management. Third is, it is a continuous activity. It is not the case like one activity is being controlled and that's all. One activity is being controlled, then the next activity will come, then the next activity will become. Means the controlling will keep on moving. It is a never ending or continuous process. Like, first of all, the target of the month August is being controlled, then the target of the month September will come, then October will come. Means it will never end. It will keep on moving. Then controlling is backward as well as forward looking function. Important. Why it is backward function? Because in which the standard decided in the past in planning are being, what you can say, observed or being seen or being compared. That's why it is called backward looking. It is also forward looking. Why it is forward looking? Because in controlling, what happened, like if we are doing not well, then the controller focus to remove those obstacles, those shortcomings in future. He also plan for the future to remove, not to repeat those mistakes which are being committed just by comparing the actual performance with the planned performance. That's why it is also called forward or backward looking function. Features of these functions. Come to the advantages of or the importance of this controlling. The very first is best use of resources. When we are trying to do everything according to plan, then nobody is supposed to do the work according to his own style. Then definitely physical resources and human resources will be used up to best possible extent. Second, achievement of organizational goal. Sometimes what happen, some of the employees start thinking about their self. Like I am giving you one example. Suppose in any of the organization, the main purpose is to increase the sale by producing more and more units, right? But an employee believe that he is being given the fixed salary, so he should not focus on the enhancement of production. So in that case, a good controller will, you can say, remove all these misunderstanding, all these two types of thinking working in one organization, and that will help in the achievement of organizational goal. Means employees will be motivated toward the achievement of organizational goal, not toward the achievement of their own goal. Third, motivation of employees. How employees can be motivated? Because everything will be done according to the system, according to the pre-decided plan. When they have to do according to the plan, definitely they will be motivated because they will know what to produce, how to produce, and how much to produce. They will be given a target, definitely that will work a positive, you can say, factor for them. The next is order and discipline. This is the order. This is not that type of order which is of command nature. This is orderly arrangement of everything. When we will do according to the plan, then there will be a proper discipline, there will be properly orderly arrangement of everything, and all the unexpected and indisciplinary type of activities will be checked, like corruption, intentionally delay in work. Like some of employees are work shirkers, they they are not willing to like do according to the plan. So in the controlling process, all these types of situations will be removed. The last, what you can say, when we are controlling, then the standard of the product or the quality of the product or the accuracy of the product, accuracy of the production will be really up to mark. Why? Because nobody is supposed to produce, nobody is supposed to do according to his own style. Everything will be done according to the pre-decided system in planning. This is importance of this, you can say, controlling. Now we will discuss the next topic, that is the controlling process. Okay, now we will talk about the planning process. The next topic, planning process, means how a manager can control all these activities and what are the different types of steps involved in the controlling. The very first step, that is setting performance standard. It means in this step, in this process, the standards are being set. What is the meaning of standard? Standard will be defined as the you can say a quality level or the quantity level or the level of any, you can say, particular thing which is being desired by the company, which is expected to be performed by the, you can say, company from their employees. And the standard may be different for different department. Like for the marketing department, it may be to increase the sale. Marketing department is being given the standard in form of sale. Standards are sometimes also called targets. And for the production department, it may be production output, and for the finance department, it may be profit or it may be rate of return. So it may depend upon the different situations what type of standards you are going to set. These are called the quantitative standards. The standards may be qualitative. The product should be of a good quality, product should be of a export quality, etc, etc. And when the company is going to set the standard, certain things should be kept in the mind by the person who is going to set the standards. The very first, standards should be reasonable, standards should be achievable, standards should be simple. Means the people who have to achieve these standards, they should be known of, they should understand what standard they have to achieve. The standard should be flexible, it should not be so rigid, so fixed. There should be a margin of you can say acceptability. Like if you are producing taking the target of 100 as a standard, then 5% discrepancy, 5% deviation should be accepted, right? Means you should not focus, you should not be so rigid that 100 standard is 100 standard. This is the first step, setting performance standard. The second is, now you have to measure the actual performance. Now you have to see, now you have to check what are the target, what are the production or the sale target they have achieved, what is their actual output. It may be less or more. The next is, now you have to make the comparison between the actual performance and the standard performance set in the very first function. And when you will compare these standards, you can find two types of situations. One, positive, second, negative. And the difference between actual performance and standard performance is called deviation. And you can get positive deviations as well as negative deviation. Negative deviation you will get when the actual performance is lower than the standard. Positive when the actual performance is above than, more than the standard set in the very first function. Next, now you have to analyze the deviation. Now you have to see what are the reasons behind that, why it happened. Like you have to ask certain questions from the system. Number one, whether the deviations are acceptable, whether the deviations are not acceptable. If the deviation is only like up to 5%, what I was telling you, it is acceptable, okay, no need to worry. If it is above than 5%, whether it is not acceptable. Third, you have to see whether we have set the standard up to best of our capacity, or it may be possible that the standard set by the company may be so large, so high that it cannot be easily, you can say, achievable. This is analyzing the deviation. And in order to analyze the deviation, there are two types of you can say techniques, or two types of methods are there. The very first is in which critical path management, CPM, you can say critical path management. This is a technique in which what the manager believe that it is not possible for the manager to check all the activities. He used to check only those activities which are critical, important, vital, and we used to call them KRA, key areas, important areas. Only those areas, only those activities should be checked by the manager in order to control which are really vital, important and very important, or you can say, and we used to call them key areas, KRAs, key areas, gray areas, important areas. And second technique, you can say management by exception. Management by exception means that technique in which the manager should take into the notice of top level management only those matters which are exceptional. Like if company is believing that up to 3% decline in sale is normal, that should not be taken into the notice of top level management. So if the decrease in the sale is up to 3%, it is okay, no need to take any corrective measures, it is acceptable. Means only exceptional management by exception, only exceptional, rare, unexpected, right, matters should be taken into the notice of top level management, and all other routine minor matters can be, should be sought out at the ground level. This is analyzing the deviation. Now the last, you have to take the corrective measure. Now you have to do according to situation, like if the negative deviation is there, now you have to make such arrangement that these negative deviations should not be repeated in the future. Then second, if the positive deviation is there, then again you have to take the decision that this system should be keep on moving as it is. As we used to say, nobody will prefer to change the winning combination. If the combination is winning, then that winning combination should not be changed. But if that combination is not working, in that case we should try something else in order to change that you can say past prevailing situation. So this is all about the controlling process, in which we have discussed setting up the standards, then we have measured the actual performance, then we have the comparison of actual performance with the standard performance, and we find out the deviations positive and negative. Then we analyze the deviations, whether that they are acceptable, not acceptable, reasonable, flexible. Then we used to follow the two techniques. One is CPM, critical path management, okay, and second, that is management by exception. And the last we have done, the manager have to take the controller have to take the corrective measures just to change that situation if that is negative, and just to keep on moving with the same strategy if the deviations are really positive. Okay, this is all for this controlling process. Thank you very much.